Hello to the world and to the kingdom citizens. I greet you in the precious holy name of Yeshua Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach, who said in his word, John 8:32, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Hi, I'm Dr. John Curry, ambassador and Pan-African, and welcome to the kingdom of heaven on earth. If you want to follow this podcast, please subscribe to JC Global, Embassy TV 1, ring the bell, and hit the thumbs up button. Today's message is entitled, Real Black Talk for Real Black Men and Women. Real Black Talk for Real Black Men and Women. We trust that you can be able to receive what I want to bring to you today because I think it is necessary. I think it's time for us, it's truly been time for us to look at things differently as we begin to look at ourselves. No longer can we just sit on the sidelines of life and complain about how bad things are going. We have to intentionally get involved with our own lives, with our own people, and look at doing some great work for ourselves. You see, as a black man, and as I said, this message is for real black talk for real black men and women. You see, I want to let you know, as blacks, we are all we got. And we should never let any group or anybody stop us and stop our love for each other. We're really all we got. And if we can love each other and love on each other as we need to and we must do, there's no group in the world, no one on the planet that can stop us, because we are truly the descendants of great men and women in the dynasties, the 31 dynasties. We're truly the descendants of great men and women, men like Imhotep, Mansa Musa, men like King Akhenaten and Queen Nefertiti. We are of the descendants of Makeda, Queen of Sheba, Cleopatra. We've always ruled together. As black men and black women, we have always ruled together. And I think now it is even more critical that we all must understand, as black men and women, that we are truly all we got. And if we can learn to love upon each other and support each other and help each other and let nothing or no other group come in and stop our love for each other, we'll be able to be the great people of ancient Nubian culture, Egyptian culture, and all of the other amazing cultures that came before us. We are their descendants, and we're wired to win. But there are 4 things that a black man and a woman must have. These are some things that we must have in order for us to be able to do something different in our communities or within our culture. We must have these things. We must have our education for black liberation. We just can't get educated and go get a job. We must have our education for black liberation, knowing ourselves and our God. You didn't hear me say God's with an S on it. Knowing ourselves and our God. Let me say that again. We must have education for black liberation, knowing ourselves and our God, just as we did before. We must be building the black community while creating jobs. God gave the man, Adam, the first thing he gave him was a job. And with his job came Eve and now a family. And we must be intentional of protecting and keeping our families safe. The second thing I want you to consider, we must have our own transportation system. In many cases, it may be walking, riding, or driving. We should never let any group or anything stop us from reaching our global destination, and that is true freedom for our people. We cannot get caught up in a system that is built on destroying us. We must create our own transportation systems. Just 60 to maybe 70 years ago, blacks had their own bus lines. You go beyond that, you go to the Black Star with Marcus Mosiah Garvey. We must become independent of other systems and not to rely on those systems where we don't build and heal for ourselves. The third thing we must do, we must have our own place to live. We've already learned how to live in tight confinements. We lived on slave ships. We already learned how to live on the plantation, which was a piece of land that the master saw fit to put us in. And that's why today I call it Plantation America, because many of us are still living in ghettos, barrios, and we're still having those paddy wagons, riding with paddy rollers, trying to lynch young black males and older black males. So we know how to live in hard places and spaces. But we need to learn how to live as we develop our own duplication systems of Rosewood, Black Wall Street. And yes, we must greatly consider, if things don't change soon and things don't get better for us as black people, we want to consider even going back to our continent of origin, known as Al-Kabu land, and the name you know it now as Africa. We must not rule out going back home to Africa, because America is showing us, after 400 years, 500 years, she still hates us. We've given out the love to her that she has never given back. Still, at this moment, with George Floyd, we still have not received justice. We still are not free in America. We've been granted citizenship rights, but we're not treated as citizens, because true citizens don't have to protest. True citizens don't have to march. True citizens don't have to do that. The only group that's been doing that for the last 300 to 400 years has been black folks. Civil rights movement, uprising. All of these things are happening. Why? Because we have never been given our due as true citizens and as freed citizens, as well as citizens that have a true right to vote. And I believe the reason why it has not been given is because the white man knows, and he has recently learned, with 75 million voted for this racist president called Donald J. Trump, and they lost. Normally, if you got 60 million, you win no matter what election it is. But 75 million white folks, racist white folks, voted for Donald J. Trump, and they still lost. So now they're in a panic to do everything they can to block the black vote as well as the brown vote, because they know there's a possibility that they may not ever be president of the United States of America again. So we really don't have freedom to vote. Remember, that's just a law that was signed, but it don't have to be enacted. And what they're doing now is blocking all of that. So we must have our own place to live, so our children won't feel like when they leave their parents to go to school that they won't get killed along the way. The parents won't be wondering, well, is my son coming home after school? Or is he coming home after the game? Or is he coming home after going to get a snack? We need our own place to live. America right now is not the best place for black people to live, because we're being murdered every day. And these murders are going many times uneven notice or uneven accounted for. Now, I know you would say, well, what is better than America? Africa is better than America. The whole continent is better than being murdered in America. And I know some of you that have not worked through your slave mentality, you can't see no other place better to live than America. Well, at least in Africa, you may have some poverty, but you'll live the next day. You don't have those paddy rollers riding in paddy wagons trying to kill you because you did a jaywalk. So we have to consider what's available for us in Africa as well. Number 4, we must have more Black businesses in every area of our life. We have to think Black, and we have to buy Black, be Black, support Black. No matter what goes on, we have to lift up our Black brothers and sisters so we can love upon each other. And especially Black men, find a Black woman and love upon her. Black women, find a Black man and love upon him. The move now is to get you to go cross culture. And they're making it so where it's okay for you to marry anybody. And it is. But why not marry your own? Because you can be able to talk about your struggle together. It's important for us to maintain what we are. And to maintain what we are is to understand that the system is designed in America to wipe us out. And it's the same system that's designed to wipe us out in India. It's called the caste system. The same system designed to wipe us out in Mexico because many of them thought they was white. The same system. They're designed to wipe us out in Asia. They still got us in cages in the zoo with monkeys, showing pictures of us with monkeys, comparing us to animals. But now that the white man has turned on the Mexicans, he's turned on the Hispanics, he turned on the Asians, he's turned on everyone, that he has poisoned their mind against us. And now these same groups that was hating us, discriminating us, you go into the shop to get a wig or go in the shop and buy something, these same Asians are now going through what we're going through, and now they see, or at least we hope they see. The point is, we need each other. We are all we got, Black men and Black women. We are all we got, and we should not be deceived by others who want to come to join the situation when it appears to be like things are moving in the right direction. We've been through these periods. We've been through these periods during Jim Crow. We've been through these periods during the actual Reconstruction period and Jim Crow and civil rights. And we've been through all of these periods. So this period is nothing new with other groups come and join us. They come and join us many times to disjoint us. But we love everybody in the world, but we really need to start to do more loving of ourselves. Have our own place. Do our own thing. And then let them come and be a part of what we do. Let them come and support your business. Let's see how that works. Let the Asians come and buy from you. Let the Hispanic come and buy from you. Let all these other groups that are now feeling the pain that we've been feeling for the last 400 years, let them come and shop at your stores. Here's what I'm going to tell you. They're not going to do it because they're using everything they can to get ahead of you, and they don't want to go through the trouble that you're going through. And as a result, they'll do what they have to do to get from you what you get. And this is why it's important for us to realize that as Black men and Black women, we must show love for one another. So let's examine to showing love for one another. As a Black man, we must understand that there are 4 stages to become a father. You must have these 4 stages before we can stand as a Black man or stand as a black woman. Number one, to become a man, you must accept the fact that you are a male first. Now, they're throwing all kind of stuff in here on our young black males. They're trying to get you to deny who you are. So to become a man, you must first accept the fact that you are a male. You are a male. You're not a female. And to become a woman, you must first accept the fact that you are a female. That's the first thing you got to accept. But the system now is designed to get us to think the opposite of ourselves. You see, to become a man, you must be trained into manhood by a real man. Not somebody on the down low, not somebody that don't know who they are. And the system is designed to trick you out of your maleness. To become a woman, you must be trained into womanhood by a real woman, not someone posing as a woman. The enemy wants us as black people to avert our destiny by being what God has never called us to be. So let me go through it again. To become a man, you must accept the fact that you are a male first. To become a woman, you must accept the fact that you are a female first. To become a man, you must be trained into manhood by a real man. To become a woman, you must be trained into womanhood by a real woman. These are facts. A woman. What is a real man? A real man is a man that understands the truth that is below his belt. A real woman understands that she is designed to carry seed and to produce seed, to reproduce that seed to the world. That's what a real woman is. In other words, to bear children, to want to bear children with a man. Number two, to become a husband should be caused by his manhood to find his wife and marry her. Let me say it again. To become a husband should be caused by his manhood. In other words, your manhood should cause you to find a wife and marry her. That's become a husband. And then to become a wife should be caused by the womanhood to receive her husband and marry him. A man should marry a wife, a woman. A woman should marry a husband, a man. Number three, to become a father is as being a husband should cause him to want to have children with his one wife. Let me say it again. To become a father as being a husband should cause him to want to have children with his one wife. To become a mother as being a wife should cause her to want to have children with her one husband. Well, what does that mean? See, if you are to be a father, you must first be a husband. And to be a mother, you should first be a wife. Now, this simply means that the system has taught us to do something differently, and we want to know why our seeds are all over the place with no father and no mother. The fourth thing I want you to consider, it should be understood that a man and a woman have only two major roles in life. I want you to get this. Black men and black women. A man and a woman only have two major roles in their life. The first role is to be a father. But before he can be a father, he must first be a husband. The man's first role on the planet is to be a husband. The woman's first role on the planet is to be a mother, or shall we say, a wife. Let's get this in order. The man's role is to be a husband. The woman's role is to be a wife, in that order. From being a husband, then he moves to a father. From being a wife, then she moves to a mother. These are the only two roles that a man and a woman will ever play. All other roles support that. You get a job so you can be a better husband and father. You get an education for black liberation so you can be a great husband and father. You work overtime so you can be a great husband and father. These are the only two roles you're going to have. Everything else support God's design of you being a great husband and father. And for the woman, it's the same thing. You get a job so you can be a great mother, a great wife and mother. You go to school for black liberation so you can be a great wife and mother. Everything you do supports those two roles. When we as black people understand that the world is trying to tear up our foundation, which is our families, and when those things are torn up, we're just a group of people floating around in this world with no true legacy that's passed on from generation to generation. The role of the male is to be a husband. I have to keep saying this. And a father. Those are the only two roles he would ever play. A husband and a father. And this is God's design. If you're going to preach, that's something that's added to that. But the foundational role is a husband and a father. If he's going to teach, all of that support being a great husband and a great father. Okay, let's say you won Teacher of the Year, but you're a lousy father. Let's say you did all these great things, but your kids can't stand you. Let's say you open up all kind of doors for everybody else, but your home life with your children is wicked. So you must start from the foundational roles that God set in order. And those roles are a great husband and a great father. The same is true with the wife. She can be having all kind of major accomplishment, but if she's not a great mother, it doesn't mean anything. She can go to school and get education for black liberation, but if she can't manage her kids as a family, it doesn't mean anything. So to all black men and black women, this is about us. This is about you. Real black talk for real black men and women. Our issue is that we must take our families back. Fathers, we must take our sons and our daughters back. Mothers, you must take your sons and your daughters back. And as a family, we must take our neighborhoods back. We must take our communities back. We must take our heritage back. Everybody wants to be black, but don't nobody want to live the black experience. So we must take all of that back, being black and the black experience. Our culture is all over the world. Everybody is trying to duplicate our culture except us. Let us redefine our culture. Let us fall back in love with our blackness. Let us build Black Wall Street all over the globe, especially in America. And let us find our own place, our own communities, and build where we can feel safe. And I believe when we do that, the world will see that we're not the barbarians that white supremacy has classified us to be. We are the most loving. We are the most exceptional. We are the most kind and decent and gentle people on the planet. And everybody knows it. But they try to paint us as beasts of the field. They try to paint us as animals in order for us to see ourselves through their eyes. So for the real black man and black women, this is real talk for you. And I trust that you can hear what I'm telling you. That you as black people, we as black people are greater than we think we are. We know more than we think we do. We've achieved more than others think we would ever achieve. We have been to the mountaintop as well as to the valleys. And everything has been thrown at us on a consistent basis for the last 500 years. You need to learn, as blacks, we need to learn to celebrate our blackness because we serve a God that's on our side. And his name is Yahweh. His son name is Yeshua Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach. And he has been with us from the very beginning. And he said in his word that he would never leave us nor forsaken us, even to the ends of the world. So to black people all over the globe, those of you that are in the United States, those of you that are in Afro-Russian, Afro-China, Afro-Asia, those of you that are black all over the world, throughout the diaspora, this is real talk for real black men and women. God did not bring us this far to leave us. Hold your head high, stick your chest out, and know that you are somebody. And as I close, remember this: black men and black women, we are all we got. And let us not let anybody or any group stop our love. Remember, one love. Black Nation, building time. God bless. Until next time.